Audrey Hepburn once said, "Elegance is the only beauty that never fades." But she never had to face that oversized leopard print dress her granddaughter insists is totally in style, Grandma. Some dresses are quietly sabotaging your image while you think you're rocking it. That outfit Meryl Streep would never wear in The Devil Wears Prada? It's probably hanging in your closet right now. Hollywood icons over 60, like Helen Mirren and Jane Fonda, know how to avoid these fashion traps. And no, it's not just because they have expensive stylists, it's because they know the rules I'm about to reveal. Have you ever noticed how certain women walk into a room and everyone turns to look? It's no coincidence, and they're definitely not wearing any of these 7 dresses. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell, because every time an elegant woman is born, a vulgar piece of clothing has to die. Your wardrobe deserves this intervention. And the #1 dress on our list? It's the same one that made Madonna, the queen of pop, commit the biggest fashion faux pas of 2022. Would you wear it? Choosing the right fit. Those boxy, shapeless dresses that look like cardboard with armholes? They belong in a museum, not on your body. You've already updated your Spotify playlist with Taylor Swift. Your wardrobe deserves a refresh too, one that doesn't look like it was approved by a 1950s censorship board. Unfortunately, your clothes might still be telling the story of a woman who's given up on shining. Sophia Loren, at 87, still chooses dresses that hug her curves in all the right places, not those potato sacks that some brands try to pass off as ladies' fashion. She understands that elegance doesn't mean wearing a circus tent, which is why she still dazzles, while many women fade behind outdated silhouettes. For lunch with friends, try a midi wrap dress in a flowy fabric with a small geometric print. A cinched waist flatters your figure without clinging, so you look polished, yet comfortable. For casual family dinners, a shirt dress with an adjustable waist tie and midi length creates proportion without squeezing, gently disguising problem areas while keeping your personality intact. The saddest thing in fashion isn't aging. It's wearing clothes that make you look older than you are. A well-structured dress respects you, represents you, and never dims your light. And speaking of dimming your light, do you know what can instantly turn a perfect dress into a complete disaster? A hemline that even the most elegant celebrities trip over on the path to sophistication when you least expect it. Mini dress. The mini dress was a masterstroke when Twiggy debuted it in the 60s, but keeping it in your wardrobe at 60 is like watching the same season of Grey's Anatomy for the 10th time. No one can take it anymore. Your legs might be well preserved, and you may be tempted to show them off like Olympic trophies, but the line between stylish and trying to relive your youth is thinner than Donald Trump's last strand of hair. Nicole Kidman made that misstep at the 2018 Oscars. Her blue Armani Privé dress with a high slit and above-the-ankle hemline sparked criticism over whether it was appropriate for a woman who was 50 at the time. But the power lies in balance. There's no need to hide everything. Just make strategic choices that highlight sophistication. An A-line midi dress with a discreet side slit is perfect for that. It brings elegance while subtly showing some leg, so you keep the mystery, but still celebrate your femininity. Or try a classic knee-length shirt dress with a defined waist. A timeless design that can be tailored to accentuate your strengths and play down the areas you'd rather not spotlight. The issue isn't your legs, it's the context. A midi dress creates intrigue, which elevates your elegance, yet still allows for movement and a modern edge. You don't have to hide your body like it's a state secret. Just wrap it like the sophisticated gift it is. Find the perfect balance, and people won't be looking at your legs. They'll be looking at the confident woman who knows exactly what works for her. And by the way, do you know what the other cardinal sin of dresses is? Even the always flawless Helen Mirren committed it last week. Defined waist. Ignoring your waist after 60 is like having a diamond and using it as a paperweight, a criminal waist that should be tried in the high court of fashion. You may have lost a few battles with gravity, so your waist isn't quite where it used to be, but that doesn't mean you should disappear into a potato sack disguised as a dress. Your waist is still there. Maybe it's changed location, but it's still waiting patiently to be rediscovered like treasure on an old map. For an elegant lunch, try a midi wrap dress in solid crepe tones like burgundy or sapphire blue, with a thin, tone-on-tone belt placed at your natural waistline. The wrap design creates magical diagonals that draw the eye exactly where you want, like a haute couture illusionist, minus the smoke and mirrors. For a casual dinner, go for high-waisted tailored trousers, paired with a softly draped silk blouse tied delicately at the front. This combo instantly creates proportion, making you look more refined without needing to hold your breath. For everyday wear, a midi-length shirt dress with an adjustable side tie and 3/4 sleeves lets you choose where and how much to define your waist. Strategic draping is like Photoshop in fabric form. It hides what you'd rather not show and highlights your best features. And speaking of comfort, do you know what can make even the stylish Diane Keaton look confused and lost in a sea of fabric? Prints that turn real women into walking wallpaper. Fabrics. That heavy velvet dress you insist on wearing might intimidate even a nightclub bouncer. So instead of looking elegant, you come off as armored. But there's hope for your fossilized wardrobe. Go for lightweight silk that glides over your body like a caress. Viscose with a graceful drape that forgives that extra brigadeiro. Structured chiffon that dances as you move. Crepe that keeps it effortlessly classy. Or high-quality jersey that hugs without suffocating. Avoid cheap polyester at all costs. It turns your body into a walking greenhouse. Stiff fabrics that imprison you like medieval armor, heavy brocades that make you look like a Victorian theater curtain, and that shiny satin that reflects every imperfection as if you were under a spotlight. The right fabrics don't just elevate your look, they free your movements, as if someone suspended gravity just for you. Cate Blanchett, always flawless on the red carpet, opts for flowing silks and light crepes that move around her like they were choreographed. She understands that fabrics tell stories, so she chooses ones that whisper sophistication instead of screaming desperate effort. Well-draped viscose creates a cascading effect that conceals those rebellious areas that refuse to cooperate with your diet, so you can enjoy dessert without sacrificing your dignity. Structured chiffon, on the other hand, adds movement without turning you into a weather balloon every time there's a breeze. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about freedom. Stiff fabrics are like toxic relationships. They restrict you when all you want is to breathe. Choose the gentle embrace of stretch jersey, so your dress adjusts to you, but never apologizes for being comfortable. And speaking of adjusting, the next fashion mistake is so devastating, it even made Madonna rethink her choices after that catastrophic 2015 Grammy appearance. Necklines and body types. Your necklines are sending subliminal messages, and from what I can see, they're screaming help in Morse code. You may have saved a fortune on anti-aging creams, so you deserve a neckline that's your ally, not your betrayer. But many women make neckline mistakes as serious as getting an 80s-inspired haircut. Helen Mirren mastered the game when she chose a gently elongated bateau neckline while receiving her Oscar. She revealed only her graceful shoulders and collarbones, the last parts of the body to age, by the way, creating a memorable image of sophisticated sensuality without ever crossing the trying too hard line. A modest V-neck is your best friend. It elongates the neck and draws the eye upward, not sideways, where gravity has been doing its daily job. A low square neckline, on the other hand, creates a horizontal line that cuts across your bust like a fashion guillotine, shrinking your stature while adding volume where you least need it. Your body type isn't a fashion prison sentence. It's a treasure map pointing to the dresses that will make you shine. Hourglass figures should flaunt that envy-inducing waist with wrap dresses that hug your curves like a devoted lover. If you're a pair disguised as a respectable lady, invest in dresses with details at the bust and eye-catching necklines that draw attention upward, so no one notices your hips are throwing a private party. For mature apples, empire waist dresses are your shining armored knights, creating a waistline just below the bust and flowing gently over the tummy that holds memories of many delicious dinners. Rectangle shapes need dresses that invent curves where nature was stingy, with strategic belts and draping that create the illusion of an hourglass. And if you have swimmer's shoulders, inverted triangle, go for soft necklines and flowy skirts that balance your proportions like a maestro tuning an orchestra. If your neck is showing signs of age, a wide round neckline is like putting a spotlight on what you'd rather hide. Choose asymmetric necklines or diagonal cuts that create movement and intrigue, so the focus stays on your impeccable style, not time's fingerprints. Remember, seduction doesn't expire, but it does follow etiquette that evolves with age. A dramatic neckline is like spice in food. Use it sparingly and in the right context. And speaking of context, that printed dress you consider your go-to, it's probably making you look like a walking 70s curtain, and not in the trendy vintage way the kids are pulling off these days. Prints. That giant floral print might be announcing your arrival 3 rooms ahead of you, completely ruining any chance of a graceful entrance. But don't despair. Your wardrobe can be saved. Your oversized giraffes and family-sized daisies are making you look like a lost tourist on a fashion safari, not a sophisticated woman fully in control of her style. Iris Apfel, the 100-year-old icon still setting the rules, understood the power of proportionate prints. She chooses contemporary geometric patterns that flirt with modern art, making her outfits look like they came from an art gallery, never from a 1970s fabric clearance sale. Prints are like your tax return. Everything is out in the open, so they must be strategically calculated, but not so complicated they require a translator. Thin vertical stripes are your best allies after 60. They elongate the silhouette, draw attention away from problem areas, and shout sophistication without saying a word. Microprints in monochrome tones work like an optical illusion, softening skin imperfections. That subtle gradient? It's like an Instagram filter built right into your dress. And those small, abstract prints in complementary colors? They're your passport to modern territory. No need to pretend you understand TikTok. The contrast between light and dark in your prints should be like a successful marriage, harmonious, but with distinct personalities. Avoid those harsh contrasts that make your eyes hurt, like you're watching a 3D movie without the special glasses. The 6 dresses we just retired are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to your fashion transformation. The secret? You can make every style mistake in the book and still feel awful, but by following these proven tips, your look will go from ordinary woman to magnetic elegance in the blink of an eye. Fashion after 60 doesn't ask for permission. It makes a statement. The right length, fabrics that move with you, a defined waistline, strategic necklines, sophisticated prints, and cuts that honor your body are your new secret weapons. The next step? Discover how to elevate your entire wardrobe to old money status, that timeless style that whispers wealth without ever needing to shout. In my next video, 5 old money style secrets classy women over 50 never ignore, I'll reveal how you can look like a millionaire, even when shopping the sales. Because elegance doesn't have a price, but it certainly has a technique. This isn't about hiding what time has changed. It's about revealing everything it has taught you, how to shine with intelligence, confidence, and style. Your new fashion life is waiting, one where every item in your closet works for you, not against you. When you walk into a room, people notice the woman, not just the dress. If this video saved your wardrobe, hit that like button, like it's the perfect fitting dress you've been searching for. Subscribe for more tips that will transform your relationship with fashion after 60. Comment below, elegance is an attitude, not an age.